Hey everybody, how is everyone doing? Make sure to check the links in the bio, make sure to check out the Patreon, make sure to check out um everything. This segment is very much a review of what I used to do back in the day for those who know me about 5 years ago or so. So let me get straight into it. If you don't know, I very much love to teach spiritual work. My journey is spiritual teaching. And I have delved in and explored the Instagram and trying to do, different collaborations and such. And my strongest point is just following my intuition and teaching from that standpoint based on my understanding of a certain level of spirituality. Spirituality is abstract, it's vast. It's not it's something based on your own vibrational alignment. So if you align with a spiritual teacher or an occultist or a certain teaching, and you gravitate to it, that's very much your alignment. And I feel the only reason there is no wrong or right way to go about certain spiritual practices, it's because everyone's spiritual evolution is an individual process and it won't look the same. You may still gravitate, obviously, to this information because it resonates with your soul, the mind, the body, the consciousness, and it very much could be your life contract that you have initiated, implemented in your incarnation in this lifetime, in this space time continuum. Okay. Um, I will try not to interrupt my teachings because I like to always make sure the audio is still on and you very much can hear me throughout these teachings. So a lot of these next slides, I've done this, like, mind you, you see 2022. Okay, this was September. Oh my God, this was a day before my birthday, September 10th. Yo. Anyway, week 4. Okay, so today we're actually going to go back in time, week 4, 2022, The Art and Practice of Astral Projection by Ophiel. So I love this book too. And I think, like I said, between the two, I'm a little conflicted, but I think I like The Art and Practice of Astral Projection by Ophiel because he reminds you that there's a world and a realm inside of you in order to be an occultist. This what I teach is for occultists, period. You are an occultist, you're spiritual, you're witchy, you are a witch, a priest, a priestess, a divine goddess, a god, however you want to call yourself based on your level of understanding of your existence. Like I said previously, it will not look the same, sound the same, feel the same, even if we all gravitate to the same teachings, because everyone all the same has their own blueprint, their own fingerprints, and so on. So let's keep going. This is my mantra. Introduction: ascension is the goal of this lifetime for those who are spiritually awakened. So we need to come to the understanding and knowing we don't exist, yet we are very real. Yet, yes, we are real. We are real. Yet the physical form is an illusion. So there's a thin line between that, okay? The physical, and so if the physical form is an illusion and you haven't closed your eyes to meditate, hydrate, sun gaze, and fast, if you're called to, because I am not a dietitian or a nutritionist, I'm not your doctor or your nurse. But if you are drawn and called to, and you are um, of health, sound, so sound, what do you offer? I used to say it perfectly, I can't remember. But if you're sound of health, you're good for the most part, you should do a fast. Hydrate, meditate, sun gaze, and fasting makes you lucid in this dream time. This is a dream time. And you're always, like Bashar would say, you're always in heaven. You are exactly where you need to be. In this dream time, well, I don't want to complicate. I'm not going to get into that. That's a whole thing in itself. But just remember that this is the illusion, the matrix, right? Your illusion, your matrix, the Maya, everyone says all these names for this. How do you manipulate this from? By meditation. One of the most sacred um spaces of manipulating the physical realm that we have solidified is through meditation. And to allow a certain level of lucidity in your existence is through meditation. Hydration, meditation, sun gazing. Let me continue. So what I used to say is, you are not your mind. Oh, this is what Kevin Fulton says. You are not your mind and you are not your body. These are actual tools available to your authentic inner self consciousness and pure being. These different words all indicate the same thing, and that thing is experienced as pure presence. So you're not the mind, you're not the body, right? You're not the mind, you're not the body. Why? Because the mind and the body is an illusion. The mind, the body is an illusion. The physical form is an illusion. Okay? These are, so the mind and body are the actual tools. Okay? Simply tools available to your authentic inner self, available to the consciousness. What is the authentic inner self? Okay, authentic inner self is you. The consciousness is you. Your pure being is you. It's not the physical form. The physical form is the illusion that is created by the inner self, the consciousness self, to the pure self, created and manifested here in the physical form to rise again, because you guys are ascended masters. So if you're watching this, you know you're an ascended master. If you understand my words and understand what I'm explaining to you, that Kevin Fulton and all these other occultists, that means you're here to rise again, and you dictate your incarnation from this point on. If you genuinely understand this, you do not just vicariously live in the physical form, the illusion of your mind body here, and assume that everything is everything, and you age yourself and go into a cemetery. Okay, you see how you see the connection of cemetery work, immortality, and that this physical world is an illusion. Okay, Isis, I'm sorry, guys. Available to the, okay, I'm gonna read this last time, and because I just want to emphasize on this. I really hope you guys are listening to this. And make sure this is still live, that you can still hear me. Let me see. What did you do? Yeah. Make sure this is still live, that you can still hear me. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Do know that there are links below. I will put the playlist to this original cause for what this was about in 2022 under here. I'm going to see how I can do that. There's the whole playlist of these two authors I used to go by. It was a whole syllabus. Okay, the physical body. Okay, the many layers of body. So the physical body is what we think we are. We only think we are the physical body. We only think we are the chakras. So I'm not the teacher that's going to really focus on only the physical form. So because of that, I really just skim through the chakras. Okay, so there's a plenty of teachers that are going to teach you about the chakras. Do know, though, as a high occultist, that every one of those chakras, that because I'm teaching high level occult stuff, each one of those chakras has the consciousness, is a consciousness. Think of it, consciousness as what we call a brain. So the sacral chakra, the root chakra has a consciousness, has a brain. Tap in, meditate. Sacral chakra has a consciousness, has a brain. The solar chakra, solar plexus has a consciousness, has a brain. So I don't mean it has a little brain. It means it has an awareness that you can connect to it yourself with your awareness. Okay, so you have your Your root chakra, your sacral chakra, your solar chakra, your heart chakra, your throat chakra, your ajna chakra, aka your third eye chakra, your crown chakra, and chakras beyond the body extending. Well, as you go up higher in the outside of the body, because it depends on your toroidal sphere, the energy points do change. If you're genuinely understanding that level of existence, the chakras outside of your body, you are now hitting what I'm talking about, that you understand yourself greater than the physical form. So the chakras are of that level is usually lucidity. So when you start hitting the 13th chakra and on outside of your physical existence, this is when you start hitting my teachings, what I teach, those higher existence, where you can now incarnate and reincarnate consciously because you understand yourself here physically, what we're calling physical, the illusion of solidifying our existence, right? We're calling that the physical body. Okay, this is for the occultist that wants to understand this. We do not have to age. You are God creator. You are, there's a Sufi saying, I think, I was looking for God and I found myself, and when I found myself, I found God. Okay, you are the oneness consciousness. This is not like, usually if you're on this level, you understand what I mean by God, goddess says, and so like I said, this is for those that are already on this level. This would be like, I want to say 12th grade going into maybe freshman of college teaching in spirituality. So this isn't for my kindergarteners, my junior high or high school, unless you're advanced high school or freshman in college level. This is that's why I only would really just skim through the chakras. But as any teacher, you should always have the chakras. So let me get into the slides so we can move on, because I really technically don't have all day. All right. So the physical body. Consciousness is everything. Knowing you are the pure being that observes itself in the physical form. You are observators. That's my thing. That's what I'm calling us. I don't know if it's a real word. I'm not here to teach grammar. Just for the sake of understanding what we are. What's an observator? Someone that would be an observating, right? Observing, watching, seeing. So consciousness is everything. Knowing you are the pure being that observes itself in the physical form. And how do you know this? Through meditation. Do you know you are not just a physical form? You are a consciousness that creates its soul, its existence, its physical form, its environment. You are the universe. You are God. Okay. Okay. We are gods and goddesses and more. And that's right. So we are literally a consciousness that conducts its own life force energy. Consciousness creates its own soul. Consciousness is the all greater than the soul. Humanity, we are simply eyes looking into our own reality to learn lessons. You notice how everything has an eye? I don't know if you can see that. It's called the handsman. I think it's called a handsman. See, it was a form of protection. Today it doesn't even matter. Today, I wish they would. Anyway, no, I don't wish they would, because I really, this takes a lot of work. It took a lot of work to do this. I'm lucky I still have these slides. I'm going through these teachings. Humanity, we are simply eyes looking into our own reality to learn our lessons. Okay. You notice how the angels, when they show the seraphim, the real angels, what do they look like? Just a bunch of eyes. It really, in many ways, signifies awareness. Eyes just means awareness. Like we would use the brain for thinking. No, we're just eyes that create brains for a look-see. Let's look-see. Okay. Humanity, we are simply eyes looking into our own reality to learn lessons. Okay. And eyes is the same as consciousness. Is really interchangeable in the lesson, in consciousness, so in awareness, and also when we're talking about that you are the pure being that observes itself in the physical form. You are consciousness. Consciousness, you are a pure being, okay? Knowing you are a pure being observing itself in a physical form. We are observators. We are literally a consciousness that conducts its own life force energy. Consciousness creates its own soul. Yes, we create our souls. Why? Because we are the observator. Consciousness is the all greater than the soul because we create this. The soul is the battery, life force, energy for the so-called physical form. So you do not want to get rid of the soul. The soul is the many layers of chakras that we're calling within the physical form that we think we only are. So we age and die, which is only all the same, just an aspect of a vast majority of who we really are. We're not just little things, we are infinite. Okay. Humanity, we are simply eyes looking into our own reality to learn lessons. But we get caught up. Why? Because we forget to close our eyes and meditate. Meditate. We are literally the nothingness. The nothingness is consciousness. Okay. We are literally nothingness. The nothingness is consciousness. So we create a physical form simply to learn lessons. Once again, you are not victims of your own manifestation. Create now humanity with deliberate purpose. That's what the bottom part says. Deliberate purpose. Know your purpose. We're not victims. Racism, we can get into it all. You name it. What the hell did you manifest and why did you manifest this? Okay. Great gods, universes. I don't know if the word God is controversial. It doesn't sit well with you. Consciousness. Consciousness. These are for my people who've read the Hermetic text already. These are those of us, we understand the chakras. Those of us that may even take on meditation already. Hey, calling my big ones for this lesson. The art and practice of astral projection by Ophel. Presence, attention, and intention. Presence is passive, the now, the state or fact of existence occurring. Example, you may simply enjoy the experience of pure being. You're just present. You're just here. It's passive. Attention is active. You're concentrating on a discrete aspect of awareness. For example, you're focusing on your awareness, on your intentions while experiencing the state of presence. Be very clear about your deeply felt desires. So you are paying attention. Paying attention takes focus. That's an action. In order to be attentive, you have to be in awareness. You can't just be present. You have to engage your intention to be aware, right? And so that's why it's active. It's concentration on a discrete, so very specific aspect of awareness, aka specific aspect of awareness, right? Attention. So presence and attention. So I'm giving you what the definitions are. You could always reverse, rewind, take notes, and I am a spiritual teacher. Those of us who know me know this is what I used to do. This is my calling, guys. Spiritual teaching, and I to know that this is also teachings for me as well. Intentions, active. Okay, so the different stages of, I would say, meditation in many ways: presence, attention, and intention. That's active. That's even aggressive, really. Intentions, I would say, would be more aggressive because you having intentions is, for instance, a deliberate focus around your purpose. Then you will find them manifesting with effortless ease. Sorry, let me hide this. Okay. Effortless ease. Okay. So presence is to be here, to be. Attention is to be actively attentive. Intention is to act on the intention, right? To act on the attention of your presence. You're present, then you're attentive, right? This is all with your eyes closed. This is all meditation. all at because outside of someone looking at you, it just looks like you're sitting down. But when you're sitting down, you're supposed to be present, right? Passive when you're present, and then attention. So staying focused, you're engaging. Now, intention, sending directions to what you need, deliberate focus around your purpose. Now what are you doing in that? Okay. That's very much the what is when people, I don't know if you guys know, but you can throw your consciousness. That's what astral projection is. It's not necessarily even going, it's not the bodies. I don't know if you see my slide. I think it was just the one just before this. There's different bodies of existence, and it's not the astral body, etherical body you're going through. It's the consciousness that's going through the physical body, because we think consciousness only comes from the physical body right now. Consciousness can go through all the layers of bodies: the astral body, the etherical body, the mental body, the casual body, the physical body. Lastly, are you a physical body? So you can become the light body and greater than the light body, greater than the rainbow body. There's so many layers, which are what I went through and explained are planes of existence. So I'm gonna keep going because I will sit here and just keep talking. So the art and practice of astral projection by Ophiel. If the above is true, so this was in his book. I'm very much promoting his stuff, right? If the above is true, why don't we remember our nightly dreams? So this segment is mostly about dream work. Dream work is very powerful in manifesting your existence. You can live out a whole lifetime in your dream, because what is time does not exist for real. All is an illusion. Your physical form is what, people? An illusion. I want to say a ma'at, but it's not a ma'at. That's not what we call it. We would call it the matrix. We would call it a maya. We would call it an illusion. Okay, simple, because we don't want to complicate it, because this type of stuff is so complicated for people who may not understand it, right? The art and practice of astral projection. Very much. Okay, this is what this segment would be. And dream work. Okay, let me continue. If the above is true, why don't you remember your nightly projections? The reason why you don't remember is that the bulk of your consciousness, your awareness, and that's mostly because you believe you're only a physical form. I'm sorry. Okay, the bulk of your consciousness is in the physical body and remains there mostly all your life unless you consciously transfer it elsewhere. Why? Because you believe you're only a physical form. You're not only the physical form is pliable and it's an illusion once you understand the lucidity of your existence. That's why I advocate to hydrate, meditate, some gaze, and fast. And now you have the secret to astral projection in a nutshell. You do not project an etherical body or an astral body. You do not project anything. All you do is transfer consciousness to another body other than the physical body, because you are what? Many layers of bodies, which are AKA planes. The physical body, what we're calling a physical body, is in this plane, right? You're right here in your house listening to this. That's one aspect of your existence. Close your eyes. Take the time to realize that you are not just this physical form. It takes patience for yourself. That's what spirituality is: rediscovering your true existence, true purpose for your own physical existence, your astral existence, your etherical existence, your casual, your so and so on of existence. Okay? Because the laws of existence change as you progress in your existence. Meaning, if you really take this on seriously, they're saying some of us will just, it'll be for us by default if we genuinely continue teaching, because that's what it is for us. We're very dedicated to our work. It's our passion, it's what we do. So if you go ahead and take the time to rediscover yourself after you've done the healing, the night of the soul, understand the chakra, read the book. I would say you start understanding yourself to be immortal and that you exist multidimensionally in different layers of what we're calling bodies, aka planes, astral plane, right? We go the astral plane, the etherical plane, the mental plane, the casual plane, right? Because we're calling them bodies only. The physical plane or physical existence or physical body. Okay, I'm gonna read this one more time and continue. If the above is true, why don't you remember your night projections? The reason why you don't remember is that the bulk of your consciousness is in the physical body and remains there most all your life unless you consciously transfer it elsewhere. And now you have the secret of astral projection in a nutshell. You do not project an etherical body, astral body, or any body. It's all about consciousness. That's why you have to meditate. Can't help it. Do not project anything. All you do is transfer consciousness to another body other than the physical. So you're just literally, like I showed you in the previous video. Okay, this is a playlist. Okay, go into the playlist. You will find all of this. Okay, and those of us that may not, I may put the link back, go through this, edit this, and put all the links. But if you go look, I get in depth in those videos. Okay, so know that you are immortal. You are consciousness. You're not a body. You're not the. No, he's saying you're not an etherical body. You're not the astral body. You're not a physical body. You are nobody. You are the nothingness, just observing itself again to rise again and be immortal. God damn it. Dream method. So this is in his book, The Art of Practice of Astral Projection. He has so many different methods of how to be more lucid. So the dream method is what I'm going to go over because that's usually what they always ask me to do. Dream method, like I said, stated previously, you can live a whole lifetime in a whole dream. Why? Because time does not really exist. Okay. Your dreams are real. Okay. Dream method. The author specifies practice so much in this book, not only theory, but to know how to do the practice, aka art yourself. Okay. Specifically, how to release yourself from the physical body and how to get back again has always been a great mystery. So, releasing yourself means allowing yourself to know you are not just the physical body. That's why I say hydration, meditation, sun gazing, and fasting sort of kind of allows your consciousness to be lucid, allows you to kind of like, realize, oh, wow, my body is, I'm not just the body. The body is at different level. I'm at the etherical level, bare minimum, as I am at this moment. So I passed the astral body. I'm very much etherical and in other different planes of existence when I close my eyes. I'm I'm where the hypnotherapist will put you because I'm always there. I'm like, anyway. Dream method. He speaks of Mr. Oliver Fox, an author who has written about. See, the thing is, I didn't even go through all of this. So let me see. We don't really need to know. This is a pioneer, because I really went through the book. I guess I could read it. So you guys can do this. You could also pause this, write this down, and go through it. So he speaks of Mr. Oliver Fox, an author who has written about um, he says an early self-taught pioneer of independent studies in astral projection, the art and practice of astral projection. In the early 1920s, Mr. Oliver Fox wrote a book called Astral Projection. He teaches the dream method. He had 30 years of experience before, written and teach the art. So I personally believe that no one's quite a pioneer because this is not new to humanity. This has been stolen and kept secret. So people who come forward to teach this openly today, or back in the day, I mean, I ain't saying they ain't trying to kill me, but they, as we just leave it there. Um, Back in the day, it would be some shit for some level of teaching. So I really, pioneer for that timeline generation, for that point, because they were not afraid to say, "Hey, look what the possibilities of existence really is. Remember why you manifested." Okay, dream method. Before the real astral plane is reached, there is definitely another plane that exists before the astral plane, called the etherical plane. Come to recognize the planes by the scenery that you are viewing. When you make any projection, you first hit the etherical plane. What I want you to remember now is that your first arrival on the inner planes will very likely be etherical plane. Be prepared for this fact. Okay. You remember you're just consciousness. The good, see how he says plane, astral plane, instead of just the astral body, like the physical plane. This is a physical plane. Everyone's always concerned what shape is the planet. It's a realm, it's a plane. It's a plane first and foremost. If you focus on the density, maybe that's a distraction. If you're focused on a density, because it has to have form, you're solidifying the planet. The planet is very much etherical, and also the planet has what we call chakras. The planet has etherical consciousness, is a sentient being, and we're connected to the physical plane, the physical body, and in correspondence to the planet that we're trying to. Oh, it's flat Earth. Oh, it's a round Earth. Oh, it's a square Earth. It don't matter. It don't matter. When you know who you are, you clearly realize, oh, I get it. Let me figure it out, guys. What is this? What is this? What is this? Isis. I'm gonna check the audio. Dream method, an occult secret that he points out in this book. It seems to be true that there is another life over there. There's a whole other life over there in those realms. Why wouldn't there be? Why wouldn't there be another life? There you have a life here in the physical realm, but the only thing is you think you gotta go to work and stuff. That he points out in this book. It seems to be true that there is another life over there. Find people, but to know, why wouldn't there be? Why wouldn't there be another life? There you have a life here in the physical realm, but the only thing is you think you gotta go to work. Okay, let me oh, what are you watching? Netflix? Let me keep going. Okay. So an occult secret that he points out in this book is it seems to be true that there is another life over there. That you live that that you live when you sleep. Here he says you will discover it for yourself as you progress in this work. So you exist multidimensionally, okay? He says you have to develop this life over there. So you engage. That's where you're present, your attention. I don't remember it. It's we gotta be present, attention, and intentions for that life that's over there. Okay, and be careful. Gotta very be careful. You gotta be, take your time in all of this because it what they're saying for the most part, it's safe if you go ahead and you meditate and you've come accustomed to it. You will gravitate to any of your existence that really is you. You always make sure you access this my existence, like remembering consciously, what is this my existence? Yes, okay. I created it. It could have been some time ago, and you're just realizing, oh shoot, but there is no time. Okay, the other states because you exist through timelines. Okay, and infinitely. The other states you do have a body over there now. You have a body in every plane. Okay, what we're calling a body, aka a plane, a universe. To actually to live this over there, you consciousness awareness has to expand to a certain level of degree on the other side to be there. See, that's because you see how We have a bulk of our consciousness right here in the physical realm because we only believe we see here. So when you take your time to meditate for long periods of time, you start to understand the lucidity of existence, the lucidity of your body, and you understand you are immortal and that you exist as another being sometimes, not even a human being, or you can exist as a version of yourself. And I mean, it's infinite. And you expand your awareness and understand your awareness and your existence. You have to recognize this other body and organize this other life for action and movement before you can participate in the full benefits of the life over there. So cultivating the life over there is self-reflection of the life over here. And you can do to change the life here, there, and anywhere as you take your time to meditate to your liking because you understand the lucidity and the laws of existence in that you could change the laws. Really, you can change the laws of that existence, meaning the laws. What I mean by laws is like what we believe in gravity here, right? There might not be gravity there. Some people over here might say there's no gravity here. That's why we're debating if it's a flat earth or a a flat earth or a circle, a globe. It should be up for debate. That's trying to tell you, is it really flat? Is it really a plane? What is the planet? Still. It's kind of saying, wake up, humanity. If there's still debates on what we really live in, that means you don't know what you're living in. you know So know that those of us, we're here to change. You could be the superhero down here, but it all depends on the contract of your existence as you awaken, because then the rules start to change as you awaken. Right now, it's like this. But as you delve in and you're no longer students necessarily, you are practitioners of realms and understand this. There's moral codes, there's ethics. Trust me, there is. Anyway, dream methods. A great many of things that can be done over there can affect the physical world here. It is very possible to build a life over there that can influence here very strongly. Many highly developed persons do so unconsciously. The author is convinced that all the great successes of physical life have done this second life building, and it is the second life that gives them the drive and inspiration and power to carry on here, etc. Go in. Yes, I should check the time because I have a lot of things to do. The art and projection of astral projection dream method, how to start. So I'm not sure if I'm going to go through all this. I might do a part 2 tomorrow. I have to figure out what time it is right now, how long, per the state of the physical construct of the belief that I believe in time. That's the dynamic. It is all the same, but watch and take on my own teachings very seriously. Start of instructions. Learn how to remember your dreams. That's very important. Learn how to recognize that you are dreaming. Okay? Learn what you have to develop in order to know that you are dreaming. Learn how to wake up in a dream and start a projection. So, as you're dreaming, you allow yourself to expand. That's what that would be. You don't sit, you are intentive in your dream. So that way you can manipulate your dream time and know you're dreaming and understand what you're dreaming so that you can manipulate that realm, that timeline, and so on. Okay. And so there's people that know all of this that come and fuck with your lifetime, fuck with your shit, and realize, fool, I wasn't even all right. Check this out then. Because they don't know low key. What you mean? You think okay. Some of us are here to do bigger stuff than this even, but this is where we're starting. Anyway, dream method, how to start. Start of instructions. How to remember your dream. Know that everyone dreams, even animals. Critical observation is the main factor, key in this work of recognizing, recovering your dreams. That's why meditation comes in the I would say meditation is the footwork, or the like what you do with the workout, because meditation is the practice of presence, consciousness, you know. So concentration on the memory of your dreams. Write down what you remember as fast as you can in a dream journal. Write down key words and sentences to recall details later. So have a dream journal, remember your dreams, wake up as soon as everyone sleeps. Wake up. If it's just feet, you write feet. That's all I remember. Tomorrow, same thing. Wake up. Oh, feet walking. Wake up then. Oh, sun was rising, feet was walking. you know? Hey, if this is what you want, if this is the type of power you want in your life to be able to manipulate your life, how you live your life, not the programming that was given to the ego in creation to make it dense. When kids are born, we're actually very lucid. So lucid, you could see, almost see the baby's still pliable. You could just make it into any shape because, you know, but as we get older, energies, everything is energy. Everything is energy. We solidify our existence. We're trained. Ugh, it's a mess. A mess. That's why we're here today. People like me are like, we strong. Like y'all watch this. Check it. Check, Mike, check. We're back again. Okay, so remember, once again, how to remember your dreams. Know what everyone dreams. Know everyone dreams. Everything is a consciousness. Okay, everyone dreams, even animals. Critical observation is the main key factor. Critical, serious observation is a main key factor. So take this shit seriously. And this work of recovering your dreams, concentrating on the memory of your dreams, writing down what you remember as facts as you can in a dream journal. Okay? As fast. Remember, as fast as you can, write down keywords and sentences to recall your dreams. Key records of your dream. Have a dream journal at the bedside. Write down as many details of your dream as possible. Making sure you keep good records of your dream makes it so you get into the habit of recalling your dream later. Oh, sorry. Ugh. Making sure, okay, writing down as many details of your dreams as possible, making sure you keep records of your dreams, make it so you can get into the habit of recalling your dreams later. This is a technique of dream recovery. So, dream work is dream recovery. Dream work is dream recovery. How? Through dream journal. Okay, I teach this in my course, but for priestess, it's a little different. I just start off like this, not with these slides, not this way, and it's me physically talking to you. Okay, but maybe I should have slides too. We'll see. Dream method, how to start. Start of instructions. Keep records of your dream. After having a number of dreams written down, go back and study your dreams thoroughly. Notice you are more willing to accept outrageous events and situations and not have a second thought about it. Learn how to recognize you are dreaming. Critical facility is required. Critical facility, serious um, facility, is required to enable you to recognize any strange dreams, sight, scenes, and in action on. Critical facility, critical. Critical comes from the word judge. Judge is a adjustment. Adjustment, judge, a thing. Making judgment in your opinions of details and about details of things. Okay. I wouldn't judge. I would use it the judgment for a certain level of perception, so you can um, go ahead and compare, because you might have a dream where fish is flying. That's what I meant by the laws are different in each plane. Do fish fly here? They probably could here. We don't believe it, so it doesn't. We would freak out, be like, what the fuck? But in a dream, but now you to be conscious in the dream and see a fish fly. You know what I mean? You become magical. You understand that, oh wow, magic. What this realm here, what we're calling the physical plane, is missing is magic. Okay. Hold on. Let me see what time is it, and I will continue tomorrow.
Can hear you.
Mm. Okay, guys, always remember this is pre recorded. For those who are going to watch this later, you could always fast forward. You could fast forward. You can, pause this. You can do whatever you wish. Um,
This from yesterday.
I'm trying to check the audio from this. Usually it's just right here. I don't know why. I wish.
This from yesterday.
I'm trying to check the audio from this. Usually it's just right here. Okay. Hi, Rita. I don't know if you're still here. Hi, Rita. Thank you. So this is very heavy subjects. It's very heavy subjects. Let me go ahead and finish this out. 48 minutes. See, that's enough. Okay, dream method. How to start. Okay. Okay. Critical facility, like we said, is closely allied to waking life. Your work is to bring this critical facility to bear on your inner dreams life. So, like, I think very much to, okay, your work is to bring this critical facility to bear on your, so correlate, to correspond with this dream time. Because your physical, what we're calling the physical plane, the physical body, is pliable and in so once you get into the understanding of the laws of that dream with our, when you're closing your eyes and you get used to that dream time, we can then make this dream time pliable, or bring that magic. You can bring that magic from that dream here, especially if you're so lucid and and you do it all the time and you are aware, you make the effort to be aware of that existence, you then very much can do that. Remember, astral projection, you do not project anything but consciousness. Your consciousness, by means of direction to be given and by practicing them, you will in time learn to project a large degree of consciousness to the inner planes and still remain asleep. So you'll actually have dreams that you'll feel it's physical. Like ain't nobody could tell you otherwise. I've been there. You're like, all right, ain't nobody could tell me otherwise. This was it was what so-called solidified. Why? Because a great majority of our consciousness was there. You have to get used to going through the different planes, okay, of existence. So I will finish this out tomorrow because we're 48 minutes in. Well, 50 minutes in. Okay. So I gotta go. These videos are only supposed to be 30 minutes because I'm usually very busy throughout the day. I just spent an hour doing this because it takes time to go ahead and anyway, I'm not gonna complain. I like doing this. I like doing this. I've been doing this for over 5 years now. So let me go. Let me go ahead and this to be continued. This slide we'll pick up from this slide on. So I will also put the playlist. If you look right now, you will see my Patreon. Make sure to check out the Patreon. I may put the playlist on my Patreon. That will be for free members. To join because to join is for, will be should be for free. If not, we'll see. That and under this because the book study, the original book study for those two books, for those authors, are very much go hand in hand with cemetery work because ascension, the rise in consciousness and awareness, knowing that you do not exist and that you do not have to age yourself. Once you understand the physical body is not solidified and we exist multidimensionally, where etherically, astrally, in the casual body. Though I don't have it here. Let me see. Let me get out of here real quick. Let me show you. My bad. Let's go back. Let's go back. I'm taking the time to go back because I want it to make sense. Like, what does she mean? The body is. What body is? Okay, is this it? Okay, the physical body right now is where we all think we are. We all think we have to age and die. That's what cemetery work is in relations to this type of work. Because you don't have to age, you don't have to die, you're immortal. You're not a body. These are planes of existence. And you are consciousness that conscious, that is not conscious, quite conscious in the physical form. Because you would know by now that you're dreaming. Dreaming means lucid. So you can lucidity exists in the physical, the etherical, the astral, the high astral, the lower astral, mental, and casual. You're not projecting these bodies. You are existing simultaneously through these bodies, but you're not all the way aware of it. And once you understand that this physical body we have solidified is not solidified, it's not physical, okay, it's 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 pliable and you are way more lucid. Once you understand your existence, you can start making the physical body stop aging. Okay, so that's what immortality is too. So meditation is the key factor to me, I would say. When you get in a great habit of meditation, hydration, sun gazing, sound frequency, anything. You sit there, you start to understand the lucidity of your existence. Okay, guys? So I will be back tomorrow to pick up where I left off. Let me go back. Okay, so that's really what I like to do. So this is the practice of Ophiel. This is when I was getting down with Ophiel. Okay. So the dream method is what we're going through. If you want to go through these, I have videos already. Like I said, I'll put those later on. This I've already gone through this. the light body method, the symbols method, the little system. There's so many different methods to become lucid and expand your consciousness and understand your awareness greater than your physical form. So, um, like I said, these slides were done 2 years ago. No, 3 years ago, because it's 2025 now. So 3 years ago, going on 4 years now. And it's still relevant because now I'm going into immortality and cemetery work and reminding us, humanity, you do not have to age and die and manifest yourself dead. Why? Because you are immortal. Um, the planes, vernac, rudimental, astral, etherical. These are all I would have to recapsulate because within the casual body there's the mental astral. It gets deep, so that's not where I'm. Just wanted to remind you, whenever I say body, that's what I mean. Okay. My biggest thing is dream. Why? Because you can manipulate your physical, what we're calling physical body. Okay, so this is where we left off. What we're calling a physical body. Let me see. Yeah, critical judgment. Okay, so this is where we left off. So this is where I will come back tomorrow. Okay, critical facility. So you can basically remember when you're doing some people may know this. When you get into a certain level of understanding of your existence, you should have known this. You should just, and some people don't. But if you're manipulating your existence here, where you're like, some people overnight things happen to them for them, that's because they could be doing very much doing this. Okay? Yes, that's how that is. That's how that is. And it's fun. Once you get a hang of existence, it's fun. It's not where, oh my God. No, it's fun because when you try it, you do it, you like it, it's fun. So people should very much you should very much. Thank you, Rita. Happy to have you. People should very much enjoy their existence. Existence isn't to just work and die and no, and then let them keep you. I don't know, I might go under keep tomorrow. I'm not sure. Because I did go under over keep. That's a whole different slide, a whole different chapter. So I'm bringing these up because they go hand in hand in terms of existence. Anyway, so I'm out, guys. I have to go now. It's probably officially going to be an hour. Yeah, I'm out. Much love to you guys all. Thank you for being here. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share these videos. All this takes work, patience, dedication. This is what my channel is dedicated to: spiritual teaching. I am a spiritual teacher, healer, and dream walker. Know thyself, humanity, for ye are gods.